Everybody, yeah, rock your body, yeah. Everybody, rock your body right. Back streets back, alright. Where is it? What? Oh, there it is. Back streets back, alright. Okay, testicles. Okay, decrease. Oh, good. Okie dokie, everybody. This is the second session of a discussion all about ending your own life. Okay, let me do the thing though. I gotta share it with everybody. Our little community who is willing to discuss, or at least think on these thoughts. Think about the tough things, the difficult things. A community full of patient people. There we go. Right. Second session begins now. Back streets back, alright! I'm a little hyper because I'm caffeinated. At the same time, I had a good rest since the first session, so be reminded, this is the last session that we're gonna be having on this discussion. And yeah, I don't want to keep talking about it, you know? I don't want that to be my brand. Just talking about killing yourself. My goodness. Yeah, it is a dark topic to discuss, and I do have my own opinion that might shape other people's opinion on me. Because I know that I don't like how I think. I just think it. And I just want people's opinion to like help me form my own, you know? Okay, everything's connected except the earphone. Earphone is going live in 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. The hello. Wait, no, that can't be. No, change it. What are you doing? Hold on. Why did you do that? What the fuck? What did you do to the sound? No, go back. How dare you? Okay, go. Ah, there we go. Right. Yeah, Haz was coming around for the second session, but I believe he's got urgent plans. Rendering him to not make an appearance on this live stream today. Rest in peace. But I think we agree on most things anyway. I don't know if we're gonna be missing out on anything. Yeah, it'll be very similar in opinion, except for maybe the last part, which is how I think. Looking back on the conversation that I've had in the previous stream, I think I understand why it would be difficult. Hi, Jelly. Hi. Yeah, I understand why it would be difficult for a lot of people to, I guess, express their points and what they want to say. And I think it's even harder of a struggle to like be in that situation once in your life where you have to decide if you want to keep going or not. And then yeah, having to go through that mentally, like in your head. I'm surrounded by a lot of nice people. It doesn't feel fair. Oh shit, did I add everyone? I didn't add everyone. Fuck. That's why. There we go. Ah, damn it. Yeah, second session. Here we go. Right. I need to get back to playing Control, but I'm going to do that on Twitch. Gotta do that when I have time. I wanna go back to the days when... No, I don't. No, I don't. I was gonna say, the days when I didn't have a job. But I remember not liking that at all. Man, the struggle between like having to decide if I want to monetize my stream as much as I can. But I also wanted to like prioritize not diving into people's wallet to support myself. That was my main concern. I spent so much time streaming, but I didn't know if, you know, I didn't know if it's worth monetizing. But it was my time, right? I just didn't rationalize it the way I should at the time. Time is valuable. There was another thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to that. Hi, Aka. No, I was gonna repeat the whole, like, points that I discussed in the first session anyway, so you don't really have to unless you wanna listen in on what people were saying in the first session. But yeah, just be warned, we're gonna be doing something similar anyway in the second session. But if you watched the first, then you've probably seen it all. There was a lot of like diversified opinions. Everybody had their own take, and I thought that was beautiful. It was fun. Yeah, I'm glad we had that conversation. What happened? Go wash it. Go wash it. Is it stinging? Go wash it. Hi, Cookies. Hi. Hi. You did get a warning, yes? Right? What even is a jacket? Welcome back. Filming Australia. You know, if I take off this hoodie, it's kind of cold, but if I wear it, I'm sweating. Very hot. Very hot. Warning for Discord? Sure. Aka is saying, not gonna lie, I'm afraid to watch because of how stupid their takes might be. I always wondered, Aka. I know I figured out Wave a little bit in, you know, how he functions, but I still can't figure out what steps you follow to come to your conclusion all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about the warnings in every platform that I've been giving out. You know what this stream is all about, yes? Both of you? Yes, Cookies? You wanna pitch in today? Would you like to discuss? I prepared sets of questions. Okay, Aka. Right, wedding in 1 month indeed. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not a wedding, you know that, right? It's just a ceremony. And Cookies, I might get you to like sign something again if that's okay. Apparently one person will be missing. One crucial person. Because they can't get a day off. Aka says, I came to conclude that Wave kinda stupid sometimes. Oh, sometimes is a nice thing to say. Yeah. Yeah, you remember the civil partnership thing? Yeah, so something... Yeah, something similar. But you're gonna be signing it there. Just to say that you witnessed the ceremony. It's just a ceremony. It's not what... Everybody's like, sorry I missed the wedding. But it's not even a wedding. We're not doing the wedding yet. Not yet. Soon. Man, this haircut? We tried going for like a cheaper place and this is, your money's worth, I guess. Yeah, this is what I get. It's okay. Australia, it's okay. Man, it's so weird. Addressing you as filming Australia and not Monsoon. I still don't know why you picked Monsoon for your username. But yeah, Jelly won't be able to attend, sure. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, Cookies, Max is also signing. We need 2 people. Legally. We need 2 people. You're no better than Max, you know this. You know this. We have rapport. We have like full on over 10 years worth of relationship. Cannot be replaced. I am loyal. Yeah, sorry, filming Australia was saying before, well? I can say Facebook has way too many simple warnings and it sucks. What kind of warning is it? And who was your manager? Me. Exactly. Who was my manager? Was past tense. Was. Was is past tense. Email you if you want to complain. Still working on an email. I don't understand. I know a lot of like YouTubers function over like emails, like they talk about things over emails. Cause I think it's like actually no, why? Is it to avoid spams? Cause I know you'll still be harassed in emails. But is it harder to like make a bot and send like the same shit over and over again? It's just more efficient? Okay. Well, if you say stuff like run them over... Ah, you get warnings for that? On Facebook? I don't use it, so I don't know. Nice to know. I didn't know that. Wow, how appropriate of Facebook. More if you use email, it's more formal. Why does it matter though? It's not even business though. Once like it is required for me to have one, I will. I will communicate through email. But until then, I think I'm fine. You know, it's not like I'm getting sponsorship deals or anything, you know? Yeah, no? There's records of conversation. I think to make sure that it stays, I do stream. In regards to like a lot of like conversations that I've had over the internet. It's either I record or I stream. Because I know that I'll forget. And you can have multiple conversations with a person that can be filtered by subjects as cookies. So social media is like getting closer and closer to like emails then. In a way. Especially Twitter. You can filter out words now. Like ban words. So that it doesn't come up on your timeline. That's also weird to me. Like being so selective about what you see. Like what are you gonna do if that becomes something that you can't avoid anymore? Oh yeah, I'm here. What the fuck? What? Yes. What are you doing? What the fuck? Okay. Sorry, it keeps switching me to like different channels. Okay, cause I can only have one conversation with you on Discord, but there could be like 10 topics. But in email, we can have a chain regarded to one topic. So you're talking about DMs, Cookies? Is that what you're saying? Right now you're describing DMs. I think that's what's going on. His hair is so frustrating. Isn't it? That's DMs. So emails are DMs. You're asking me to slide into your DMs. What is happening? But yeah, you're right though. You can't filter DMs, I think. You gotta actually read it. Email you about this. So you can discuss it through email. Oh my god. You can't be here.
Hi.
You can't be here. It's your in-law daddy's birthday, huh?
I'll leave for another hour.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going?
I can talk to you for 30 minutes. To lunch?
Yeah. Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe you can spend now to like talk about your points then.
I haven't put down my points in brain yet.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. All you have to do is answer.
That worked.
So let's skip the whole example thing. Yeah, I went through this with the other group already, so I feel like I can kind of nuance it. Karo, did you read? Have you read everything about this stream? I'm worried for you. Right. And Monsoon is downloading Overcooked too. Okay.
Kick her out. Who was in the last stream then?
In the last stream, I think we had, well, definitely Wave, definitely Guru, and we had participation from, if you remember, Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hey was in there. Yeah. And Betty.
Okay. All right. I mean, I wish I heard. I would have liked to listen to Guro's points on the whole discussion.
And you will. Look, if you go back and listen to what happened in the first one. Yeah, it's okay though.
Yeah, I'll probably listen. I'll probably listen tonight.
It's it's just no, I don't need to give you a summary. It's fine. Let's dive in. My goodness, we're wasting time. All right.
Divulge.
Okay, so first question: should you feel sorry for those that have taken their own lives?
Maybe not sorry, but feel remorse, right? I would say. You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously sad, but I think if somebody wants, I think it all depends on the situation. If somebody wants to do that, then that's their decision. But I definitely don't feel sorry for them. Like maybe like, oh, I could have done something to help them, but I don't feel like I was necessarily what's the word, required to do anything about it. Even if unless they specifically went out and asked for help, you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no wrong
I
answer.
I wouldn't feel sorry for it for sure. Sorry for them for sure.
Okay. Right. Explain remorseful to me.
Like, maybe it's just my uneducated brain and not actually knowing what the word means, but
What
in
does
my
it mean
mind,
to
I
you?
feel like feel sad for them, not sorry for them. Like I don't like, you know, when you say feel sorry for somebody, I feel like it has a different connotation to be like, oh, I mean, like, oh, woe is them, you know, woe is me about them, you know what I mean? Whereas remorse for them is just like, that sucks that they went through that kind of thing. But maybe that's what you mean by it when you say feel sorry for somebody, but I don't know. I mean, it's a general sadness for them, like that they had to go through that.
Right. Okay. Have you attempted to take your own life?
Well, I mean, kind of. Not like, you know how I would say like dabbled on the tip of it kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like they're like, I've cut myself and I've done that, but never like it, when I did it deep enough once where I was just like, that's just too far, and I immediately just was just like, yeah, no, I don't want to, like, immediate regret about that. And then obviously there are times where it's like you're driving a car and then like over a bridge and you're just like, man, I could just drive off the bridge right now. But that's not obviously attempting to. But
That sounds like an intrusive thought. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you did a form of a self-harm.
Yeah, so I would say self-harm. I wouldn't say attempting to commit suicide.
What provoked you to do that? Maybe
it's bad to say, but I think there was a lot of like attention seeking out of it, and maybe that's shitty to say to anybody who's done it before. But for me, it kind of felt it felt like it just felt good to do. I don't know how to put it. Besides that, it just felt good, and it's an addicting feeling. I think I did it once out of just, I was just sad after a day, maybe a little drunk, and I don't know. I was basically just holding like a Stanley knife, a box cutter, because I work on construction sites and there's a lot of them there. So I was just holding one and I was just like, man, this would probably really easily. And then I did it and I was like, oh. And the next day I wanted to do it again, and then so on and so forth. But I would say I was definitely going through kind of a sad phase for a minute. But I think a lot of it was definitely attention seeking. Yeah. I would hope somebody would have noticed, but yeah.
I imagine it to be like something that you feel when you take risks, like when you do something dangerous, like skydiving or stuff like that. I imagine it to be something similar.
There was definitely a lot of adrenaline, involved in it. You know, cutting once and then cutting again a little deeper and something like that. Just, it felt all right, I guess. I like I said, I never attempted suicide properly. Like, I never wanted to kill myself.
Yeah.
I just wanted kind of just to feel a little pain for a minute. I don't know.
Is it cold over there?
No, I'm just sniffly as hell.
Oh.
I'm allergic to the birds that she has. Yeah.
Same.
Great scenario.
Okay. Right. Next up is I'll have your reaction to a phrase. So here it says, I caused harm to others because I have depression / bipolar / ADHD / insert mental illness. What's your opinion on that perspective?
Was it I caused harm to others? Is that what the direct word it said?
Yes.
Go
for it, Carl.
I would think by saying I caused harm is a bit much, I think, to that kind of thing. Like being depressed and all that, like you can cause... I guess, yeah, it can cause harm to other people, but it feels kind of self-centered to say that, I think. If somebody said that to me, like, like actually said it to me, I would feel like that's a little self-centered to say that. But then also at the same time, I mean, I definitely understand it, because like I said, when I did hurt myself before, I think I hurt people around me by, in a way, I would say upset people around me by doing that.
Right.
You're gonna move Karo in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You!
Was that an adequate reaction, then?
There's no right or wrong. It's all about an opinion.
That's why I said adequate.
Yeah. I think you've mirrored some opinion that I got from the first session.
Basic bitch.
Copycat.
Not interesting. Nobody cares about you.
True.
Literally yawning right now. Right, Karo, hi.
Hi.
I know you have some base takes on this. Very exciting.
Yeah, that's the proper word for it. Exciting.
Okay. Has limited time, so I'm gonna press on with these questions so that he can get his points out. Then we can go back to the beginning again to get your takes, Karo.
Yes.
And yeah, Cookies, by the way, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just focusing on the conversation. And yeah, you said that you feel bad for the family, right? Yeah, for the first one. Right. The next would be people who uses... I keep fucking this sentence up. Hold on. People who threatens to kill themselves. Your opinion. I'm keeping it general on purpose. Yeah.
I hate that. I've had people in my life who definitely use that all the time. Like they say it all the time and they use it as an excuse to try to get remorse out of people. When it's like clear, when I think there's an extreme sadness coming from it, and obviously it's case to case. It's not everybody. This isn't a general opinion about everybody who threatens it. But I feel like for me, the experiences that I've had with people who have threatened it before have just been very attention seeking and self-centered and just trying to, that's a literal attempt to try to cause harm on others by hurting yourself or by threatening to hurt yourself. I think it's a very pathetic way of going about it. Like, there's a difference between asking somebody for help and then threatening to kill yourself. That's like, you can ask somebody for help and say that I'm going through something really tough right now and I need somebody's help dealing with it, and then saying, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, if you keep doing this or you stop doing that. Like I have people in my life who do that regularly, who like when they get upset and get angry, they use that as a thing that just as a weapon kind of thing. Like if somebody gets angry at them and they're like, if you don't stop talking, I'm gonna kill myself. Or
can we go to the next room because the beds?
Yeah, I'll go to the next room. But yeah, it's I that threatening to kill yourself is definitely a not volatile. I have a sharp reaction to that in the fact that I really don't like it. To put it simply.
Thank you, Monsoon. Sorry, Aka was saying that's such a bad take.
Who? Which one? About that?
I have no idea. He just said, yeah, such bad takes. Yeah, okay.
Maybe he should elaborate.
How about you, Carol? Thoughts?
Yeah, I have the same reaction. I don't like it. They like turn it into a weapon against someone else, you know. Saying, oh, if you don't do this, I'm gonna kill myself, or if you don't do that, some stuff like that. It's terrible.
Right,
Yeah,
so
or just it's terrible.
yeah. When Wave was in, the conversation got really interesting because you know him, you know, he's very gung ho about his opinions, and he usually has this gut feeling about a lot of, you know, the takes that he has. Yeah, so I'm just trying to remember what the argument was, because he has his own, you know, experience as well in terms of this subject. Or maybe it's not for me to say. Maybe you guys can check it out in your own time. Right, so yeah, without wasting time, I'm just trying to shorten this in my head and then maybe vomit it out so that everybody has an idea. So I'm supposed to be going through these examples for you guys, but we're trying to save time on this, so let me skip to the part where I say, if the people that decided to take their own lives because, you know, they're going through some shit, and they happen to be inconsiderate in their ways of doing it, I don't feel sorry at all. Right, so...
Could you repeat that?
Okay, if they die, if they kill themselves, and they have no concerns for what happens afterwards, I don't feel bad. Does that need elaboration, or can you fill in the blanks?
No, I got that.
Yeah? Okay.
Can I say my opinion on, which is it's gonna be a very offensive, I think. I think general people who commit suicide are pussies. I think it's a very self-centered way of just it causes harm to people around, to actually commit the act. It causes harm to people around you, to your family and your friends and all that. Just so to do that is just a pussy way of going about it, I think. Going about life. And that's all.
How about you, Carl?
I think that's actually the reason why they got to end up killing themselves for real, because they get blind to how it will hurt their families and friends. They think, I'm just a burden, you know. So that's why they think, oh, this world is gonna be better without me.
So the purpose...
Don't think...
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, they don't think anyone loves them. They don't think they're needed. They think they're useless and stuff. So they think, oh, my family's gonna be way better off without me. They get so blind. They have to how harmful it's gonna be to them.
I think that, if I could just respond, I think that is a very generalization of maybe experiences that you've dealt with and with people that you've dealt with. I think it's very case by case and that kind of thing. Like,
yes.
You said,
I'm not gonna say that it's for everyone, but
yeah.
But it's one way it can be.
I think
every time someone has like survived jumping from a bridge or something, they would tell that, oh, I was fucking blind to it, you know. It wasn't until they survived and regretted it and was like, oh shit, and like look back or something.
Right. So the reason why I'm holding this discussion today, all day, is because I have an opinion that I am very uncomfortable with, and I thought maybe if I can take in other people's opinion on this, because not a lot of people discusses this topic because it's a very touchy subject, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna say I don't understand every suicidal person ever.
Yeah.
not what I'm-
That's why I just want opinions, and only your opinions, your experiences. Share them. The opinion that I have, that I'm very uncomfortable with, and like you said, a person can be very blind to the situation that they're in, especially when they feel suicidal, right? They want to end it all. I get that feeling. I can relate to that. I can't say that I completely understand because I'm not that person. I can't help but feel like I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion when about suicidal people.
But I don't like
I
it.
mean-
Can you
Sure.
elaborate on that?
Yeah. So I was gonna throw examples to explain,
Yeah.
but so I to shorten it, I saw a news about a person who threw themselves in front of the train and then cause a whole lot of accidents, and most of the reason for that is just pent up anger, frustration, and also just generally blaming the society on their misfortune. Oh, kill them. Turn them into soup. Turn them into soup. Go. Yeah, guinea pig soup. Sorry.
Sesame, what are you doing?
Anyway, sorry about that. They mess with the water bottles.
Yeah.
Where was I? Yeah, so like revenge on society is a weird thought to me, especially when it involves suicide. And like that got me thinking. I don't like people who are like causing problems on their way out.
Yeah.
And that thought started manifesting, and then it led into me thinking about people who end their lives at home as well. I feel like they're also inconsiderate and they become a burden to the entire family, in my opinion. But maybe my wording is not exactly PG.
What do you mean to like cause a burn to like the cleaning people? Like the guy who had to clean up the tracks after the
People
train?
who has to discover the body, people who will weep for you, people who will have to carry you to your hole.
Mhm.
There's a whole lot of hands that goes on to completing that task that you didn't have to create.
I think I agree with that pretty much.
I'm worried
Um,
about that. Like I had a feeling. Yeah, like you said, we're gonna agree on a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
It's not like
But not
a
entirely.
bad
right?
opinion.
Mm.
It's not an opinion you should be ashamed of or anything like that.
But it's not empathetic, is it?
Well,
No, but it's your way of seeing it. So it's not. It's empathetic for the people who are going to lose someone. That's what it is.
can I go back to what you said of
Hmm.
you're glad that they're gone?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a valid opinion to have against it.
Hmm.
Like, people that go that far would be have made themselves a burden on society by doing that, right? Like to the people who have to clean up and carry the bodies and all that and find them. They make themselves a burden on society. If they weren't before, they definitely are now. So, yeah.
Yeah, if they went through with it.
So, to further my point, though, I wanna also talk about what I think would be a respectable, definitely not something that you should be doing, but like a respectable way of like taking your own life, which is, I think Guru talked about assisted suicide. That's one thing. If you know you're terminally ill and you just gotta go, and you approve for that kind of service, I say.
One in my town got that. He was very ill, and he was approved, so he went and.
Wow.
And he went with his family. So they were with him.
Yeah. Like that's something.
They couldn't be in the same room. You know, there were like two rooms like attached to each other. They had to be in the other room while he.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, that to me is like a respectable way of, I guess, getting out of here. Like it's an organized way. Yeah. Everybody's, you know,
clean
everybody's
way.
game.
It's a clean way.
Yeah. Did you want to say something
About that?
Oh, anything that you had to say?
I think what you were saying about like assisted suicide, I don't know how I feel about it exactly. Because like,
that's not the only thing.
Sure. But people who commit suicide, like let's say commit suicide because they're broke and they're homeless and they have nowhere to go and they can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's their opinion, that they can't do anything about it. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that specifically, because in the end, suicide is somebody's. It's their decision to do it. You know?
Yeah. And I don't think I'm opposing on that.
No, if they want to be done dealing with the stresses of life, then that's their decision. But I think my opinion still stands of being like, it's still a pussy way of going about it. I don't know.
Well, if I simplify my points, right? What I have problem with is people who becomes a problem to other people when they decide to leave. That's what I don't like. And that makes me lose respect for that person. And I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I feel that way.
It's like a family friend of my best friend. He had a wife and 2 kids, and he had a promotion, and they were going to move to a bigger house. And before they moved, he blew his brains out. Just out of the blue. And his wife found him. And that's like... there were no warnings or anything. And he didn't leave a note either.
And that makes me angry.
But I kind of feel like that scenario of them just doing it out of the blue is a little more maybe respectable than just, I don't know, somebody who is gonna sound bad.
Why did he have to shoot himself with like it was like a hunting rifle? So it was very messy.
Oh man, I was just about to joke. I'm so glad I caught that. Whoa.
I mean,
damn it.
I would welcome a joke right
now.
No.
let's not. Okay. So to press on with the examples that have been giving out. So yeah, assisted suicide is one of the respectable method. The other is letting nature take your body. So, for example, there's a I wouldn't say a little forest, but there's a forest located just close by to Mount Fuji in Japan, where it has this infamous reputation of people just going there to die. Yeah. So.
What was?
Yeah.
What was the name of it? Akihara?
Yeah, Aokigahara. Yeah, that's the place. Yeah, so that place is known for that purpose, and people who died there, I cannot think that they're causing any inconvenience, because that place is already known as that place, and at the same time, I don't know who they're bothering by taking your own life there. And like also throwing yourself into the ocean as well. It doesn't have to be violent. You can swim out. And those method, to me, I feel like it's the best method because it gives you the most time to reflect. Or at least think about what you're actually doing.
I'm listening to your opinions. I feel like I feel like I feel the same way. Of like, the real problem with suicide is not somebody doing it, but the mess they cause afterwards and the problems they leave behind are more the issue. Are more the issue
they leave behind them.
Yeah, it's like a sick infection.
Than actually what they're dealing with at the time, you know.
But because if they do it in a quiet and a clean way, they will think, oh, the family will think at least he died in peace, maybe. Like if they just swam into the ocean or went to the forest or anything, they will be like, oh, at least they had a nice scenery. I don't know. But like they felt it feels more peaceful.
I don't know how peaceful it's going to be if you swim out into the ocean, though. I feel like that's a wild way to go.
No, because if they really loved swimming, if they really loved swimming and they were swimming and they were like, okay, I'm gonna kill myself, then they just go take off all their clothes and swim into the ocean.
I mean,
if it was up to me, I'd go to the forest. But I won't, though. I won't. And I hope no one would.
I would swim into the ocean.
Really?
That would be...
you wanna get
seems so much
chomped? Oh my god.
But they wouldn't like.
No, it seems like a slow death.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
I would float back.
That's just such more slower death than a hunting rifle to the face.
I would just be washed back onto the beach, so no, I wouldn't want it that way. But I would go really far out on a boat, like in the middle of the ocean, and then jump out.
What has said though with the hunting rifle to the face? I think I have a big problem with quick death.
Do you?
The reason why I'm like finding that example to be respectable is because at least you're putting thought into what you're doing. Or you're allowing yourself enough time for that.
So you feel it's too impulsive with the quick way?
It's such a quick decision made on such a permanent solution. And it's not something that you can reverse as well. There's just lack of planning.
I want to die. Oh yeah.
So what that tells me though is that they've been living like that their entire lives. It makes me think about that, and that makes me a little frustrated. Sorry, Filming Australia says I went to the forest and it was fun. I'm glad.
I liked what Akka said. People that want to die don't want to die. Makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who survived big jumps or like that. They regret it. They tell that like the right when they've let go, they were like, oh shit, what have I done? So they were really. That's when it becomes reality, But it happens. And the people that want to die don't get the chance to die, yeah.
I think, well, I think it's interesting the different variations of how people think about death, right? Like if somebody kills themselves, a lot of people think, oh, it's a pussy way to do it. It's just so, selfish. But then somebody who goes out and fights in war, and dies in war, that's they're seen as like a hero or is very respectable, this kind of thing. But even though the end result is the same, they died. It's just.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up because it's weird. It's weird the way you say it. I'm not. I'm not gonna talk to Aka because.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I recommend not reading the chat unless you're you have some sort of a background relations with the person that are talking. Yeah, but okay, so yeah, I just wanted you guys' takes, and I think I got the core part of it. Unless I missed something. Was there more that you want to add on to what you've been saying? Both of you.
I will just say that I'm pretty sure I have to go now.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I think I've said all that I need to say.
Goody.
I would have liked to talk longer. I'll watch the other stream later.
Yep.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Aka, you smoke. Bye.
Okay.
So could you
Yeah.
go back to the beginning?
Let's rewind time.
Rewind.
Alright. Should you feel sorry for those who has taken their own lives?
In a way, yes. Because I can both relate to them and then I'm also angry that they went through with it.
Cookies, I'm gonna get back to you on that. That caught my eye. Right, yeah, so there's no right or wrong answer for that question anyway. It's all about opinions.
Yes,
Right.
it's all about opinions.
I
I
hesitate
don't feel very
to
strongly about it.
I hesitate to
Sorry.
ask you the next question
Go
because
for it.
I've seen your reaction before.
It's okay.
Let me know.
I'm
okay?
more stable now.
Okay. Have you attempted to take your own life?
Yes.
You don't have to go any deeper than that unless you can.
It was when I was like 12, 13, I was home alone and I tried to kill myself with a knife, but my mom sent me a text message saying that she was home at that time and then I love you, and then I was like, oh shit, what the hell am I doing? So I stopped.
Well timed.
Yes, it was very well timed.
Yeah.
Just while I was psyching myself up, then I heard like the ding from the phone. So it was like at the nick of time.
Why the knife?
It was what I had in the house.
Yeah.
And I was very scared of choking, so hanging wouldn't be an option. I really did. I hate having things around my neck. So
Okay. Right. Because with the previous session, Guro was sharing his personal story, and he planned everything out. Like, he had this whole like carbon monoxide thing going on. So
yeah.
everybody has different ways of like. I don't think anybody overlapped with anybody's method. Sorry.
Yeah, and the thing is, after I stopped, I thought I couldn't do it to myself. So after that, I just wanted to die, but I wanted something else. Like the outside world to do it to me, you know. That I accidentally walk out on the street and a car hits me, stuff like that. So I was like waiting for that. And then I got help, so.
Yeah. I mean, if you went ahead with that, then you're probably going to be one of the people that I'll be talking about, for an example, right?
And that's why I get so angry when people do it messy, because I almost did it very, very messy.
But the thought
And I
crosses
think
your
back-
mind.
Yeah, I think back to if I went through with it, how bloody and traumatizing it would be for my mom to walk in on that, to see me like that. And I would probably not have died, because it takes a lot of time for you to bleed to death, you know? Depends on where you cut, you know, but I would have probably not died, but I would have traumatized my mom. So that would...
That's one of
that's
the big
why-
concern of mine, yeah.
So that's why I get so pissed when I heard about the guy, because my best friend got the call while we were together, like in the middle of the night, that he blew his brains out, and I was there while she was like screaming. So it was terrible.
One more question, and I think
Yes.
that'll be it for a while. So I need your reaction to this phrase, okay? I caused harm to others because I have depression/bipolar/ADHD/ insert mental illness here. Your take?
It's not true. I mean, the diagnosis itself is not to blame. It's if you cause harm to others, then you can't blame it on your diagnosis. That's what I think. So if you think that you can't seek help because you think you're a burden, that's wrong. Because you become more of a burden if you don't ask for help.
I wish I had you to tell me that long time ago. Yeah, that would have worked on me. That kind of like phrasing of like, if I didn't want to become a problem, then I should solve it before I become even bigger of a problem.
Yeah.
Monsoon, I swear to God, I've been giving out warnings this entire week. My God, I've been telling people. Alright. Okay, so yeah, that was the question. There's one more, but I'll ask her later on because it's like a dessert more than anything. Yeah.
But what Cookie said, if you was to suicide and let's say it's like hanging, bleeding out, gunshot, would you go to somewhere secluded and leave a note so that your family doesn't have to see the body in aftermath?
Yes.
That's how I would actually not send it to them. I would, if I was very like, okay, I'm gonna kill myself, I would send like some kind of message to police or ambulance or something like that, like so it wouldn't stop me, but they would be the one to find me and not my family. So I don't even want them to see the note, by themselves. I would want them to hear it from people that could help them, But that's just me.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Because they'll see your body anyway if they find you.
But they would see like the prettier version, you know, because they won't.
The groomed
because
version.
They know it's me. Yeah, the groomed version. They
Okay.
didn't find me hanging from a tree or something. They would find me after I'm like groomed and washed.
I think the body should just disappear.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's one way also.
Hi, True Chess.
True, because some people, when they like try to restore, they take on put on too much makeup and too much this and that, so that they look like a fucking wax figure, and that's not what I want.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but I agree. I would want to disappear. That would be a. But I don't want to go missing, because that's the worst way ever. That's the worst thing can happen to your loved ones if you go missing.
Yeah. All right, Cookies. I guess I don't have to go back to what you were saying. It seems like you understood what I have a problem with. Yeah. It's the cleanup. The people that is forced to be involved in the process. Because it's not like they can leave your body in the house.
Yeah. And it's not like my total opinion. It's just like things that pop into my head right now. I'm just saying what I think at the moment. And maybe tomorrow I have a different opinion.
Yeah.
Or like a better opinion.
The best you right now is more than enough, I think. Yeah. Because I'm just here to, you know, look for a reason that convinces me to...
To what?
To stop thinking like they're being big jerks.
But it's a valid like way of thinking though, because they are being jerks to their families and leaving them. But they don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they're sick, and they're blind. They don't see it. And they're tired. They're really tired. And I don't talk. I don't worry about people who tell me they're going to kill themselves. I don't worry about them because they usually don't do it when they tell it. I'm worried about people who are very happy and productive and giving, like give all their stuff after like they have gone through something really bad, like lost their work, job, lost their family members, stuff like that. If they have like the reaction is being very chipper and I'm gonna this and this and this and stuff, then I'm worried. Then I'm gonna be like, oh, you okay?
How about that
Why are
girl?
you
What
giving
Cookies
your
is saying?
But I think it depends about what the root cause of their pain is, yeah. Or was it that, or was it... But...
Aka, you wanna explain?
What?
You know what you remind me of? Flakes in you nowadays. That's what you do in the chat. That's literally you right now. Literally. Right,
What? Who?
no, Aka. Yeah, Cookies, yeah, was saying I think it depends on what the root cause of their pain is. So, in matters of like your opinion on people who commit suicide? Oh my god. Wait, the chat is being censored. I see Akka saying Jesus fucking Christ on screen, but it's not on the chat. What the fuck?
Yeah. It is. It does. They don't like cuss words.
Family friendly YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Akka, the problem is that obviously we can't read your mind, and obviously there's gonna be a lot of different people who has different opinions, and you gotta be able to like explain things in a way that the other person would understand, unless you don't really care about other people's opinions and you don't really have an influence to change other people's opinions either. Oh wait, actually yeah, true, it's not live chat. Oh yeah. Why is that? That's so annoying. Why is the chat always in the top chat rather than live chat? This is a live stream. This is library. Mr. Cookies is saying if the pain is family related, then if you blow your brains out, then does it really matter? Does it really matter if there is mess? How do you feel about finding your family member's brain blown out? Walking into the room and then you don't realize you're stepping in blood. Well, that's really
Or
gruesome. I
your-
mean, it's probably
or
unrealistic.
Loved one's skull fragments.
Let's think of the dramatic route then. 13 Reasons Why. The girl bled out, right? In the bathtub?
Yeah. In the book, she took pills. So they intentionally made it more graphic, and even though they were warned not to do it because that could inspire people to do the same. But in a way, I'm actually glad that they did that, because taking a lot of pills is harder to survive and then to bleed out, because it takes hours to bleed out. So maybe that's like one silver lining. So if someone did the same, they would survive.
It's a hardcore way to go though, huh? Like, bleeding out.
Yeah, it would take like 5 to 6 hours, maybe.
It's messy
Takes a
and
lot.
inefficient. Makes me think.
Well, especially the way she did it with the arms.
Bathtub is actually more painless than pills. Penetrating your own skin, in my opinion, would be more painless. In it? I don't know. I've never tried.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
the way of cutting up the arm so deep, it must be very painful.
Sorry, Cookies. Yeah, because what if your family has given up on you? Oh, that's another question I can ask people. Do you think you can hate someone enough to actually use your suicide against them? To actually, like, inconvenience people on purpose?
If I was, if I was trapped somewhere,
Hold on, I gotta
and-
pee, but I'm still listening.
if I was trapped somewhere and tortured every day, and they were like, and they wanted me to live a long time to do that, I would kill myself just to spite them. No, the way she did it, I mean, it depends on where you cut yourself. Okay. Like, the way of cutting up the arms that she did, it takes a lot of time to die from. The wounds get clogged up, so you don't completely bleed out. You didn't want to show. Well, she died from it, but it's not really that accurate.
Yeah, she died,
So at
and
least
then
that's unaccurate.
Clayton
Yeah.
was just wasting time, freaking out with every single tape that he was listening, and didn't finish
Yeah.
listening to the entire thing right away, and then it kept pissing
Yeah,
me
and
off.
that's in the book. It just went a day in the book, but in the series it was like weeks.
Anyways. Yeah. So, I guess I can probably put myself in the shoe of like a person who doesn't like someone so much so that if I'm like ready to just end my own life, I'd probably use them as the reason and then just go. Like I can think of a scenario like that. But that still doesn't
It would have.
make me
Yeah, it would be have to. Sorry.
respectable.
To me, it would have to be a very extreme reason for
Mm.
me to, like, do it in spite
Yeah.
or like as a revenge.
I don't think people commit suicide for the reason of spite. It's more or less about like it's either ending the pain or just pure emptiness.
Some, yeah, and some do it as a statement. Basically,
no? Yeah.
they choose places that gives meaning.
Oh man, Cookies, you're triggering me. I'm fucking
You
pissed.
think she had the right to blame all the 13 peeps on her suicide?
Of course not! Of course not!
I mean, most of the people did nothing to
A
it.
dramatic ass drum. Oh my god.
The only person I would want to see on that fucking tape was the one that did that to her on the
Yeah, of course.
one that raped her.
The only person that
That's,
mattered, yeah. 13
Yeah, that's
fucking
the-
tapes and it solved nothing.
Yeah, that's the only one I would want to see. If like he was the first one, and then if people were like knew about it and did nothing, then I would want to see their tapes, and then go not be like, oh, you crumbled up my love note. Like,
Ugh.
sorry. Here's your tape. Oof.
Oh yeah, that's right. The rapist becomes a good boy, wears glasses and then starts studying hard. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, fuck.
I love it. I love it. I love that for him.
Can't stand that show.
Woo, okay. So yes, yeah, Monsoon was asking why do people want to die? Yeah. It's a very foreign idea for people who never really have to think about that, I think. Maybe life is
For
just
me-
challenging enough so that you're not being
Yeah.
pushed over the edge.
For me, it was because of bullying
Hmm.
back then, because I was very badly physically bullied by a boy, like when I was younger, and then after he moved away, I thought, oh, it's over. But then a group of girls started to mentally torturing me and bullying me by
Hmm.
spreading rumors and shutting me out and stuff like that, and many other terrible ways. So I thought, oh, it's hopeless, you know. The way you said it, like, yeah, a lot of people do it because they feel it's hopeless. That was my reasoning.
That tells me like something about you, I think, like listening to that story. So there's definitely like this kind soul aspect to you that at the same time creates this timidness.
Oh yeah. Because even now, I also had like a group of guys who would like literally follow me everywhere and like sexually harass me. And because of that, every time I hear like a group of guys walk into the store I'm in and like laughing really loudly or talking really loudly, I just tense up. Like even if they're like 14, 15-year-olds, like just laughing really loudly, I'm like almost 24. I get scared of teenagers. It's weird. Especially if they have really, if they're like yelling or shouting loudly and laughing together, then I just run out or like walk out really fast.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, Filming Australia is saying just bash the hell out of the bullies and get a pole and smash them. I have my own story when I used to be bullied as well, but it was a one-time thing because I made it a one-time thing. I made sure that it stayed one time. So, man, and it's also uncomfortable sharing this story, to be honest, because the other person...
You don't have to.
No. I'm okay sharing this story. It's just I'm worried about how it makes me look. Okay, that's what I'm worried about. So
no, don't worry about it.
So, the other person wasn't, exactly right in the head. But I guess the boy was with his like friends, and at that time, making fun of Asians were a common thing. You see an Asian, you pull a kung fu move or whatever imaginary style that you think of, and then like it's funny to pretend like they have slantier eyes than you, even though you beat them in the slantiness. Being a it's okay. We don't have to go that deep. It's okay. So the guy punched me at the back of my head, and I returned a few shots into his back of his head. And then the teacher called us over, made us apologize to each other, and forced a hug out of us as well for each other. And then after that, we never really talked again. But
that sucks.
I think if I didn't want to hurt that person, I would have ended up in a similar situation with you, I think. And yeah, that's where we definitely differ. You probably have more concern for others than I do. A mercy that I don't have.
Yeah. And I used to fantasize a lot about going back in time and beating the shit out of all my bullies.
Oh man, I was imagining whole like different scenarios with what you were telling me. like maybe wearing like a jacket full of knives and giving him a big hug if I wasn't strong enough to like fight him back. Yeah. I was thinking of like whole like different methods. But yeah, I mean,
I was like, I would, if I could go back in time, I would like learn martial arts or something, or like boxing, and I would beat the shit out of them. I wouldn't care if I got in trouble.
But you wouldn't think to kill them, so that's good.
Oh no. I would just break their noses.
Yeah.
Especially the girls. I would love to break those noses. Because they were so into their looks. And they made me feel like shit. But we're good now, actually. Most of the girls that were terrible, they still live in the same town as me. And they're grown up. And I've grown up. Sometimes I just, the memories comes back and I'm like, oh, fuck them. But,
Yeah.
We were kids. People.
Kids do stupid things.
Yeah.
For sure. Right. Monsoon. let me get to what you were saying, right? I never found it fun to make fun of Asians. Why just Asians?
So you made fun of Asians, but you didn't find it fun.
Hmm? What's up with that, huh, Monsoon? You wanna explain your point? Oh yeah, Cookies, we had to apologize because the teacher, called us into office. They don't want problems. So yeah, they want to make sure that we get along. And we did kind of get along. Kinda. We just never really spoke to each other.
The way my school did it was to basically blame it on the victim. So, because mostly in my school they would bully, especially with girls, they would bully in groups against one. So the one was me. And if someone, I never told the teacher, but one time another kid saw what was happening and they told the teacher. So the teacher took me and the group of girls out. Group on one side, me on the other, and the teacher in the middle, and they would ask the group first, "Did you bully Caro?" And they were like, "No." And then the teacher looks at me and we're like, "Oh, it was just a misunderstanding, Caro. You're too sensitive."
Yeah, Caro, what the fuck?
That's their method of doing it, saying that, "Oh, it was nothing. It was just your imagination. Or you didn't handle the game." That's what their method was. And if you got hit, the boy who sat on top of me and beat me in the chest, we got sent to the principal's office, and I had to shake his hand and say sorry to him for hitting me. We had to say sorry to each other. I didn't hit him at all. So I had to say sorry to him like you did, but sorry for punching me.
That's odd. Very weird.
At least that school was burned down. It wasn't me.
Okay.
No, it literally burned down, and there was toxic fumes from a lab that we had for the school when
it was a lab fire, was it?
Science lab thing. No, it was a fire for somewhere, but because the fire went to the lab, there was toxic fumes coming out.
Okay.
So we had to shut all the doors and windows until it disappeared.
Cookies. That's such a boomer reference. And only Aussies would understand that too. Oh man, I wonder if Gen Z knows about that. Do you know Summer Heights High?
No.
Of course not. You're not an Australian. It's this stupid show where this guy pretends to be this student. And it's so dumb. The whole plot is so dumb. Okay. Right. I had a teacher who picked on me for 6 months and blamed for stuff I never did. And then they got deported back to America. Ooh, deportation to America. Huh. Fascinating. Okay. What made them leave America? The US. Okay. Cool. I think we hit on all the topics that I spotted during the conversation. No? Have I missed anything? No, right?
There was one more question.
Where was it?
You saved it as a dessert.
All right. No. Yeah, we're saving that. We're saving that till later. Right? Unless we're ready to end the combo. But while I have you here, I feel like, since we have this room, this platform right now, something that is worth discussing, we should discuss now so that we don't have to bring it up later.
Yeah.
Right. I wanna know more. Like how you
About
internally dealt with that kind of pain. Where you went with it.
with my attempt,
How did you get there?
or with bullying.
No, with the attempt. How did you get there? Is it mostly because of
It went-
bullying?
Yes, it was mostly because of bullying, and it took many years for it to build up.
Right. Whose
'Cause they
fault
would-
do you think it was for that to happen?
Whose fault? It's like before, when it was happening, I put the blame fully on the people who were bullying me. But when I think about it, I put mostly the blame on myself for not saying anything. For
you
not
think-
like,
Hmm?
because I told my mom about the bullying once, and then she contacted their bullies' parents, but that made the bullying worse. So I stopped telling her about the bullying, but I should have talked about my dark thoughts. I should have said that, oh, I want to do something to myself. I should have. That's why I blame myself a bit for coming to that point. That I didn't say anything.
Do you believe that that would have changed a lot of things? Do you actually believe it?
If I told her about it before I went to that point, maybe I would have gotten help sooner.
Okay.
Maybe I would have gotten help sooner. I wouldn't have had those intrusive thoughts or like wanting, because I didn't tell her after. Sorry.
Ja, kan lägga det. Att du kör. Sådär. Jag undrar vad det är för.
There'll be another 30 minutes of this, by the way, guys. And before, I think 10 minutes to the end of the stream, that's when we'll disconnect and then, I guess, catch up on what everything's going on in the stream.
Yeah, but anyway, so after that, I didn't tell her about it. I just kept quiet, and then I just like planned that it should be something outside of myself doing it. So like hit by a car, hit by lightning, anything. I was just waiting for that to happen. Slip and fall off a cliff. I went on hikes, on like steep hikes, and I was like, I wasn't like trying to jump off myself. I was just waiting to slip and just fall.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Sorry, let me just get to the chat. Aka, are you offering? Is that what you're saying? No,
Want to join the conversation?
of course, anyone is welcome to, give their takes. And if you want to go through the questions again, and you want to answer it yourself through voice chat, you're welcome to do so. Come around. Oh.
So it took a while for me to open up and say that was happening, and that was when it was like I was unable to like hide it anymore. I was so sick, like mentally, and that's when I got sent to. I was like put in a, as you call it, a psych ward for kids.
So how now, Caro? How now?
How is it now? Much better. I mean, I do get like seasonal depression and anxiety, so it gets really tough in winter. But it's spring now, and I have more energy, and everything is better.
All right.
And I feel much better about myself.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're definitely stronger now, right?
Oh yeah, I used to be so vulnerable before.
Yeah, weak is not the word. Yeah, it's definitely vulnerability. Just lack of.
I was very
Huh?
Yeah, it was like an open wound, basically. Or and then at first an open wound, and then a tender, like, scar, basically. What does that have to do with anything?
Aka, I feel like you're projecting. For info, I'm not a virgin, Aka. Does that help? It's okay, Aka's like this. I mean, Flakes never asked that kind of question, but it kind of reminds me of Flakes. in a way. She used to say some edgy shit as well. But she grew.
How does it sound like? I sound like a virgin. I talk about my trauma, and then it's like, you sound like a virgin. I am not like Flakes. Oh, they're offended.
Right, so a while back, I remember you reacting negatively to the topic of like bullies. And
Yeah.
now I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, you have a difficult past with that experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like when people say that, everyone should be bullied because it gives you character. That's one thing I really dislike, because nobody deserves being bullied. But only I think only like murderers deserve being bullied in prison. That's like my my hot take on that. But like people who have done nothing wrong are just minding their own business. They don't deserve to be bullied.
Can I challenge you on that?
How so?
I think I agree with you I think like bullying does not create, character within a person. But I think it is an opportunity. Do you disagree?
An opportunity to what?
Build character. I think it's when
'Cause,
people
yeah.
facing danger. It doesn't have to be
Because
bullying.
many people, because many bullies have been bullied before, and probably not from other kids, but maybe their parents.
Hmm.
So they become a bully to feel like they are in control again. Maybe. Or they just get the kicks on them. That's how they love like trampling on people. Some people are like that.
We can
Or
advocate,
insecurity.
like we can support the idea of like, not repeating the kind of harm that you went through, for, like for that to not happen to other people. Like that's fair. But we can't entirely remove what that is, what it essentially is, which is, I guess people who feels powerful exercising their own power against somebody else who is weaker than them.
Because there is like adult bullying, like in workplaces and stuff like that.
But there's a law
People-
to stop that though, isn't there?
True, but mostly when it happens, it's people that has like really that are really low in like in rank, and then they are pretty like isolated in the first place. Don't have many friends and such. So they pick people who are very quiet and isolated, and that seem they will keep their mouth shut. They pick those people.
If we really boil it down, I think it's just a matter of you facing a monster and you making the decision of whether you fight or run, or sometimes
True.
hide.
But many people just freeze.
Oh yeah, that's another option too. Valid.
It's not really an option. It's just like it happens to you. You just freeze. You don't decide to freeze. It just and it's an involuntary reaction.
And I think people who says that bullying builds character are the people who decided to fight.
True. I could see that.
Do you think you chose the right path?
No. Because I still live with it. I still get triggered by a group of guys just minding their own business, having fun. They're just going to the store, laughing and joking around while I'm scared shitless.
Yeah. It's a learned response.
Like I can look back on it now, talking to you and laugh about it. But when it happens, I just go right back to it. It triggers me right back to it, and then I just walk off. I just drop everything I have, like not like drop, but I just place everything that I was going to buy back, and then I walk out because I just can't be there anymore. I go to another store.
Yeah. It's not easy to overcome something that you find very fearful of.
Yeah, it's it's become like a trigger for my anxiety.
What's anxiety like for you?
Especially those. It's like pins and needles and almost like a fog over my eyes, so like things go gray. And I just feel panic or like extreme fear. And it doesn't really, and it's like I look pretty calm out on the outside, but inside it's like screaming, like, oh, I gotta get out, I gotta get out, I gotta, get out of this situation.
Mm.
And sometimes I get really dizzy. And I get really cold. My hands get ice cold.
I relate to that. I think I refuse to call it an anxiety though. Because I think once I accept the fact that that's anxiety, I feel like that's going to like... I feel like I'll give in.
It's very hard not to. Not to give in to that, because I gave in to my depression a long time. I was like, oh, this is comfortable. You get into your own little bubble.
Yeah.
And that bubble gets smaller and smaller.
You know what I do when I feel anxious? Because I refuse to call it anxiety.
Yeah, what do you do?
I get angry. That's what I do. I think it often happens at work. I can relate
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I also get angry a lot.
I start focusing on this one thing, and then one thing, I guess, branches off to another thing, and then I start thinking about all the moments and all the things that made me mad in the past, and the fact that I'm still dealing with it right now, and then I just keep linking that in my head and making another connection with this and that, and then I'm pissed. Like I'm angry. And
that's I can relate to that so much.
Yeah. And then that's how I get by whenever I feel something like that. Something like that. Not exactly the same.
Aka, what do you define as like anxiety to you? What is anxiety to you?
Yeah, talking shit. What's anxiety to you, huh? Oh, what is anxiety like? Like a lot of people explains it differently, but the common trait is like the panic, right? This unexplainable. Wait. How do you say the word?
Unexplainable.
Inexplicable.
Inexplicable.
Inexplicable. Panic. Yes. Okay.
Panic. Yeah. Or fear, like extreme fear. Or like a creeping. Sometimes it's not that bad, but it's like a creeping fear. You feel like you feel like those goosebumps up your neck thing, feeling like someone's watching you in your own home. So it's like it comes after you when you least expect it.
Yeah, Aka, it's an artistic expression. The art that you don't approve, Aka. It's not paintings, it's not drawings, it's not, it's not like a cover on an album. But it is an artistic expression, what Karo is doing. She's using her imagination to describe how she felt in those situations.
But it's like, because sometimes it's very overwhelming and sometimes it's just there and like underlying, under things. Like, it's not in focus, it's just there.
You go, you artist.
Yeah, while we're here, while we're doing the whole deep and meaningful, how much do you value your imagination? Like, do you find it really important?
I feel like I've lost a lot of my imagination, which is sad to me because I used to have a lot of it before. It was times, good times, to have so much imagination, and I could like escape in it.
Yeah, Peach, we've been going for 1 hour and 45 minutes. We have about 15 minutes left for this live stream.
Aka, what did you get mad at? What earlier things did I say that you get mad at?
Aka has the
Hi, Peach.
no bullshit policy. But I don't know what he calls bullshit though.
I was just stating my opinion on things.
Peach is in here.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't. Even though I have this opinion, although have these opinions doesn't mean that you have to have the same opinion. You can have.
Yeah, Aka. Yeah.
And that doesn't mean like my opinion is complete fact, you know?
Yeah, Aka. You bird shit. Oh, here we go.
You're fanning the flames.
Sweeping statements about suicidal people. I'm not worried about people who talk about suicide. They never do it. It's those who are happy that It's those who are happy that commit suicide, etc., etc. Most of it is either literally the opposite of what research says, or baseless as fuck.
No, it's like those people who basically don't say anything.
What is this research? I don't know anything about this
Paris from
research.
Switzerland.
Caro is from the
'Cause
Viking
those
land.
Yeah, I'm from Viking land, but basically those who talk about they want to kill themselves they are shouting for help. They don't really want to do it.
Maybe it's
They're like, oh, I
poor
want to
wording.
kill myself.
Maybe it's the people that doesn't know how to express their sadness is often the ones that decide to remove themselves from the equation.
I could agree on that. But those who are really set on it, those who have planned it out, they don't say shit. They just plan it, and they have a date they're gonna do it, or stuff like that, and they start to go on their normal day.
Yeah,
Maybe a
Norway
little-
cookies.
Yes, Norway. So, and that's basically. I'm not bullshitting with the signs that they are too happy or too like normal in a situation that doesn't call for it. Like someone's died, and then they start to give stuff away, like precious stuff, like they give things that they care about to others. You know, they think, oh, how nice of them. They give me this and that. But when I see that, I'm like, why are you giving those away? Why though? Because that's a universal sign that something's not right. And that's if in surveys and all that. What do you call it? It's the research. That's in research and all that.
The research.
as you say. I'm having like a brain, but I don't know
Yeah, it's
what
okay.
the word for it.
It's cool. It's cool. Hmm.
Surveys and all that.
You know what I realized though? People who refers to like research and like stats and all that tend to still be biased in a way of like understanding what they're seeing. Like they will like see either headline
all
or
biased. Yeah, but we're all biased. That's like our human flaw. We
Yeah.
can't help by being biased because we have our own thoughts and opinions. So we read what we want to read, and find an opinion there. It's really hard not to be biased.
But it's the biases that causes misunderstanding, and then it leads to argument, and I often don't understand how things get that far. Yeah, I
Because
don't know.
people get too focused on their own thoughts and feelings about the topic.
Right?
I get that way too. I get too focused on it. Like, this is what I think, and I don't care what you think. Like that sometimes.
I don't know if I've ever... I don't have the confidence. All I have is self-doubt. I never really
you
had a
doubt
strong
your own
belief in
opinions?
something. Yeah.
That's why you wanted to have this conversation, because you doubted your own opinion on this?
I know that I can change my mind as long as the reason is, you know, good enough, I guess. And I feel like there is a reason that I can just focus on, so that I can be a little more empathetic than, you know, like being glad that some people would, you know, leave this society. That's exactly how I don't want to feel.
But you're feeling it, and that's okay.
It's uncomfortable.
Sometimes it's okay to have uncomfortable feelings about things.
Hold on, Caro. Don't validate. Don't validate. Don't validate.
But it's true. You can have uncomfortable feelings about stuff.
Yeah. But if I make it okay, I'll get too comfortable.
You don't want to be comfortable.
Yeah, to keep myself on my toes, you know, to keep my opinions fluid. Let me get to the last question. Are you ready? We're approaching the 2-hour mark.
Okay.
What keeps you alive?
My family, my friends, myself, doing things I like. And the thought that I don't want to fuck up the people that I care about. That's pretty much it. It's just, and also I'm looking more into the future.
Peach. Alright. Yeah, so I found out Aka's reason to stay alive, I guess.
Yeah. They're a simpleton.
Big
They
brain.
Think about it.
Right. But yes, he does clown, right? But he is right. You know, it's not a wrong thing to say.
Oh.
Sorry, 1 second. I got helicopters.
Damn. He's on the run. Okay. What keeps you alive, Peach?
What keeps me alive?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, basically everything.
Oh yeah.
That's basically the total opposite of nothing.
Ah. Ooh.
That's a really good answer.
Okay.
I like that answer.
So wholesome. How do you do that?
That's so sweet.
It's nothing too, like nothing too dramatic, nothing too, focused on like happiness and whatnot. It's very real, very raw thing to say.
Yeah.
Everything. I can't say the same though. I'm living because I'm curious. I want to know what happens next. I want to know the next chapter. I don't know where this thing goes.
I'm living because I think about. I want to learn things, as I say. I'm looking more into the future. I'm not so stuck in now and in the present and the past. I'm more like, yeah, like you said, what's gonna happen or what can I learn?
Yeah.
New things to learn.
There's something exciting about stuff that will happen, but we don't know what yet. That excites me. Okay. Right. So that was that for all the discussion time that I have for today. Yeah. We don't want to go on too long because we'll start burning out and then we'll have nothing to say at the end. That happened in the first session. Yeah. We went on for a little too long. So I'd like to cut it off here. Sorry?
How long was that?
2 hours and like 20 minutes? That 20 minutes was just too much, I think. Yeah. We'll cut it off there. Okay. So yes, I thank you very much for your contribution to this discussion. I appreciate all the people that pitched in.
No worries.
I think it was very insightful. I don't know if that necessarily changed the way I thought, but
And that's okay.
I guess it's okay.
Yeah, it is okay. You can have your opinion on things, and you don't have to think about it as not empathetic, because it's empathetic in a different sense. It's empathetic for the other people who are affected by it.
Caro, thank you. Wow, I didn't think about it like that. Okay.
That was the first thing I thought when you said that. Like, oh,
that's why you're saying it's a valid reason.
Yeah, because you're empathizing with the people who are losing someone, or like the community that's like getting affected by.
I was blind to that, actually. I was more or less like, like grabbing the torch to fucking, take all the, suicide victims down. That's where I was in my mind. Yeah, I was just very hateful. But I didn't realize for what I was being hateful for. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Then I don't mind the position that I take. Okay.
See, it's okay to be comfortable with an opinion you have.
But Caro, you're saying that it's okay to be comfortable with people killing themselves. Alright, so thank you very much for participating. Bye! We're gonna end it on that. Okay. Okay. All right. So how about that? you all enjoyed? Of course, Karo doesn't believe that. Of course. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Whatever that was. It was a very dark topic. I tried to make it as entertaining as possible. Yeah, but at the same time, I want to keep like a consistent seriousness to the topic as well. You know, we don't want to turn it all into a joke. Like I think we've left that behind in 2016, no? With Leafy joking about how he wanted to kill himself. Right. Why are you guys still in the VC? Shaking my head. Okay. So yeah. It's 2 hours now. Everybody can go home now. Thank you very much for watching. I might return again tomorrow, but on Twitch, and I'm gonna be gaming Control. I can't guarantee the same kind of entertainment. If you are watching this as an archived stream, I encourage you all to check me out on Twitch. But I know that some of you won't, because you're not into gaming or you're not into Twitch content. I understand. Don't feel bad. I know that you won't feel bad. let me just give you the permission here and say, don't feel bad. Leafy is still around on Twitter. He's still alive. Yes, Aka, I'm gonna answer your question. What? Hi. What can I help you with? But yeah, Leafy's banned on YouTube and Twitch. I don't know about Instagram. But on Twitter, he's live and well. Counter-Strike, huh? When's the last time I played it? I remember there was a whole lot of like auto-botting. Earlier question? Oh, right, sorry. I thought I answered it, my bad. Oopsie daisy. I think it's worth watching. But I don't know what you mean by retarded. I think it's worth watching. Because different people, different opinions, different experience. I had fun in the first session. I think I had the same amount of fun in this one as well. Yeah, he isn't banned on Mixer, so that's... sorry, he isn't banned on Mixer. Mixer doesn't exist anymore, no? Okay, yeah, Cookies, go take a piss. I'll go as well. Okay, good night. Thank you very much for being here. Leave a like to let people know that you watched the stream. To show people that people exist in this stream. Thank you. And if you're watching this in archive, you're welcome to say your piece as well. Leave it in the comment section. And check the other conversation out as well, the discussion. I think it's interesting to hear people's takes, especially when everybody seems to have lived different lives. It's fascinating. Alright. Don't die. Stay alive for those who love you and will love you in the near future. Laugh with me in the next stream. There you go. What big issue? What happened? Rename this video, please. Why? To fit the scheme of first vid? Like part 1, part 2? Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. What do you mean? It will happen. It will happen, don't worry. Yeah. Like live stream title is of course different from video title. Excuse me, alright? For those who doesn't know who I am, my name is Mikey Nakata, half Japanese, half Filipino, living in Brisbane City, Australia. I'm currently 29 years old for your information, not single, kinda gay. Bye!